Only found in PreserVision.
If it were my vision, I'd ask my doctor about PreserVision.
It's the most studied eye vitamin brand.
If it were my vision, I'd look into PreserVision.
Only PreserVision.
Made snacks, just like when you were a kid. Delicious, made with whole fruit. Sun-made.
Oops and little grillers, tasty.
I think it's very important to put myself in my customer's shoes because I have been in my customer's shoes.
Clean is a feeling. It's the satisfaction of upgrading to a bidet seat.
Or at OG2go.com. Choose from all your favorites like fettuccine Alfredo or soup, salad, and breadsticks. Then bring it.
And that's going through the eye wall here in Lake Charles. Now we're on the front side of our hotel in the parking garage, and the winds are starting to pick up again. Why? Because we're going into the second eye wall that's going to come through. Fast, you know, maybe could knock something and could knock it off. So now that we have all this debris around and we're going into that second eye wall, all this here. So things are, I think I can go to Mark in studio. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. I think you're there. And I just wanted to ask you, you know, I can tell our winds are starting to pick up. Because it's blocked off in the garage. But there you go. I don't know if you heard that, Mark. Now getting damaged yet again, and those winds have got to be starting to really crank.
Really nailed here in the next half an hour or so.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for that, Mark. Now I want to go to Jim. Jim, I don't know if you just heard Mark talking there.
Right now, okay, not only are the doors just kind of flapping around, again there's compromise of the building, so it's trying to breathe, it's trying to balance out the pressure. And listen to this. Where unfortunately, look at that, man. Steph, I don't know if the piece of styrofoam you just showed has made its way over here, but we just the wind, look at this, Brad. The water's being blown out of the fountain, okay, because of the change in wind direction. So the water's actually, the wind is actually. Hurricane Laura turning L'Auberge into the haunted house. Wow, what a hurricane. And it's not over yet. especially for many of you.
Everyone's surprisingly great rates.
You're the man, man.
And you want the real deal? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Is mealtime a struggle? Introducing
huge savings and make this Labor Day the perfect start to fall with Lowe's.
Start your day with Secret. Secret.
When they're this crispy and fluffy.
I think this one's a solo mission.
I understand.
Would you Lego your Eggo?
Frisky's World. Look at that.
Find your sense of wonder. Find the world is new again. At Chevy, we'd like to take you there. Now during the
open again, and wherever you're headed, Choice Hotels is there. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Pain hits fast.
Buffalo chicken papadilla. Tangy buffalo sauce, grilled chicken, and melty cheese for just $6. Papa John's.
So think about what we're going to see during the day here in terms of damage. This is a crane, a partial collapse of a crane that has gone on through here. So that's a big deal. Swaying these huge lights up to the top. Look at the wind blow the water out of the fountain. Okay, I mean, look at how strong it is. Water flowing in one side of the building, so it's trying to breathe. I mean, think about that. You got all this wind rolling through these holes, and it's trying to get in and out. So, I mean, listen to the building. I'm going to walk. I mean, incredible pressure and certainly power of the wind. Again, guys, if you're just joining us, Cameron, Louisiana, that was the landfall. Gust of 137, so you know that's well up there into that Cat 4 range.
Yeah.
And so that certainly verifies that as the strongest hurricane here to ever come. Point to that was, I believe that is the fourth lowest pressure, 1 millibar behind Rita in Louisiana history, so the whole state, even when. This is still the eastern eye wall. I mean, at this rate, it won't be long before panels in the lanterns have pretty much got blown out, and we're still hearing glass fly around. Look at this. Even the debris that's under here is being pushed. Tell you by being in a vehicle during one of these things, it's still shaking. It's still shaking, but you never want to get the vehicle perpendicular to the wind or you take a chance of blowing over. There are vehicles From, I guess we're going to have to use a kind of a radar where you mesh them together versus Lake Charles because we're down there.
For Louisiana. So a formidable storm by any stretch. I'm a little surprised, Jim, that the winds haven't started to turn around for you. I've been watching the Category 3 now, 120 miles per hour. So this is the very beginning of that advisory trickling in. Still, and Jim, this is the bad news here. You asked how long this is going to last.
Becomes a larger wind field, even though the winds start to decrease and we go down in category as the pressure comes up. But I got to tell you, buddy, looking outside here, this just the deal. We're in what I would call a fortress. I mean, we felt very, very safe about riding this thing out in this building, and the folks have been great to us. But
what are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh, it's not just a sandwich.
Would you Lego your Eggo?
Good morning.
More treatment.
We're going to try something different today.
Products.com.
This is epic.
You're watching America's most trusted TV news network.
We've got a severe weather threat.
we are live on the ground right now.
It around. Now, Jim, by the way, he's in that hotel, that big dark hotel over there. They've lost power. We've managed to keep it on at our hotel. We actually have an extra room. I've invited him and his crew over.
Where I look out here, but the problem is this building, as much of a fortress and as beautiful is L'Auberge, they've taken some hits here. We got a roof.
Wind impacts that go well inland, and we can show you what that looks like with the wind field forecast. This is the newest wind field forecast is issued by
there in terms of what we'll see, but yeah, the fact that they've just upgraded those to hurricane warnings means that they expect this to stay intact much longer. Guys, much more to come. We will.
One in two kids is underhydrated.
If your child doesn't seem themselves at times, gravy.
Can't wait to tell everyone about AT&T's big 5G news.
AT&T has nationwide 5G?
Yep.
And that's faster?
Faster, yeah.
But is it reliable?
Uh-huh, and secure.
You should consider making a big deal about it.
Bigger?
I said bigger.
Oh.
Age-related macular degeneration may lead to severe vision loss.
So the National Eye Institute did 20 years of clinical
The mountaintops. Look for a moment longer and you'll see beauties all around us. Like a painting, moving in the wind, speaking to the soul. The world flashing past.
This just hours after making landfall as a Category 4 hurricane in southwestern Louisiana near Cameron Parish, the strongest to hit Louisiana. And we are in now the second part of Laura's phase here, the second chapter of this storm. Now we're on the southern eye wall, and I do want to let you know I am safe. The depot and demolishing everything in its path. I am talking about signs down, glass has fallen down, trees are down everywhere, and I want to show you that's the initial direction that northern eye wall came from. The winds were coming from the east. Now, as you can visibly see, with all leftover debris, dry period, and it was a brief dry period, and now we're in the second part, the second chapter of this storm. But guess what? Even several miles inland, we're still getting readings of close to that this storm was certainly one that we needed to watch out for, and we got to safety as quick as we could. It looks like we got someone driving through here. Now to, I believe, Kelly, because Kelly, we want to follow this storm several miles inland, several hundreds of miles inland, the cone stretching all the way into Kentucky and portions of the Ohio River.
And I'm so glad it ran out of warm water, right, as it got closer to land, because otherwise it would have kept on strengthening. And you can see as it made that landfall, it was right here in Cameron, Louisiana, as wind warnings. Of course, we're dealing with a hurricane here, so those winds are going to be sustained at hurricane force and gusting higher. So just keep that in mind. You've got Jasper, Newton, Orange counties. But you'll notice the wind directions. We got the winds in a counterclockwise fashion, and you still have an onshore flow over here just to the east of center. So we're not done with the storm. Start to calm down. We're still dealing with a lot of hazards. Lake Charles, structural damage to Capital One Tower and also Groves. Trees snapped.